Welcome to HyVee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine HyVee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Listen, I don't want to stereotype, but are we living in Seattle? Did somebody look at that? Come on. We can't even have the tent sale outside today because of this rain. Welcome to the HyVee Today Show. This is Tony Tone in foggy London town, Muscatine, Iowa. Again, I don't want to stereotype like it rains in Seattle all the time or London or other places where it's dreary, but I feel like if I don't see the sun in a day or two, I'm going to lose it. So I hope you're doing okay. We certainly know that weather can impact. Today's high's 59, Lutheran Living Senior Campus weather forecast. Cool with rain. Great. My kids were like, when's the rain going to stop? And again, I told them, in like a day. And my 5-year-old said, you said yesterday it was only going to rain for 2 days. You lied. So I am a liar. I just like a meteorologist. I don't know when it's going to. Well, Chad, what did it look like? Saturday will at least be in the 70s again, 75, and a couple of showers. Who's making that forecast up? That's like a 5-year-old's weather forecast. A couple of showers. I don't know. I'm also not wearing pants to school. I'm wearing shorts. And then Sunday, mostly cloudy, but comfortable. 76, 80-degree weather back by next week. And Kevin Phelps on Channel 6 says 80s will be back by next Wednesday. So, you know, we're going to be okay. But my kids are, because it's just, we know it's that time of year where we're getting closer to it being darker by like 5 p.m., which I don't love. So at least if these dog days of summer, September, we could have sunshine, you wouldn't feel as bad knowing that, but then we get the most weather is raining on a Thursday. Edited it a little bit. You can almost see where I'm parked in that shot too. I'm gonna get busted, Brad. VIP spot out there. All right, so the liquor truckload sale is going to happen inside the store. This is part of the ad that's on the back page of the Discover Muscatine newspaper. I'm going to mention this briefly just to tell you that because that tent in our lot does not have sides to it, those deals are going to be found inside the store here at 2400 2nd Avenue, a.k.a. foggy London town. So all those deals for the liquor truckload sale you'll find inside the store. And should the weather get better, which it looks like it will, maybe Saturday, put some of the deals back outside in the tent. But all those savings that are advertised start today inside Wine and Spirits, where, by the way, it is not raining inside the store, which is nice, right? Okay, I just want to mention NFL football returns tonight. Looks like Kansas City Chiefs and a couple other teams in action. So if you've been waiting for sports, I know Major League Baseball has been happening and the NBA is doing their thing in the bubble, but certainly NFL football is back, and my team is the Chicago Bears. It's usually fun to watch them for a couple weeks, then they fall apart, and then I don't watch the NFL anymore. But that's just my experience. So I'm optimistic, you know that. I hope for the best with all teams. And the Bears open up the season this Sunday, taking on the Detroit Lions at noon. So that's kind of a little signal of normalcy. And then the last thing I want to mention really quick before we get to our guest, the first annual Helpful Smile Car Show is coming up Saturday, September 19th in our parking lot here at the store. So, you know, car shows have happened here in the past, but this is the first one that Hy-Vee is officially putting on. And you can see what's special about this car show is that the proceeds are going to go to Special Olympics of Muscatine County and Big Brothers and Big Sisters. So if you have a classic car, truck, SUV, dad van, motorcycle, and you love showing it off, your entry fee will go towards a good cause. Also, how about live music from Lefty and the Spinners? That's kind of breaking news. So a at least 1 or 2 hour set from Lefty and the Spinners outside. All you need is good weather to have that event. So whether, like I said, classic car, street rod, sports car, whatever it is, bring it on Saturday, September 19th, $20 entry fee, 100% of the entry fees benefiting Special Olympics and Big Brothers Big Sisters. If I could drop my pen 2 days in a row, that would be awesome. All right. Let's get to our guest that is patiently waiting. Cheryl Plank has been talked about on this show several times, but never, I say never, has she been here. And she's here right now. Thank you for being here. The boss at Vision 2020. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming. How have you been?
Good. Well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you like the rain? I mean, I don't want to be a negative in case you're like, Cheryl's like, I love the rain.
Well, I like to be optimistic. I like the rain.
Yeah.
I like the sun a little better.
Rita on Facebook says, send the rain to California. Amen. They could use it. Okay, so Vision 2020. So Megan Francis has been here a couple of times. We've talked about it. But I think what's going to be nice today for people, Cheryl, is to kind of give them maybe like a vision statement, some background on Vision 2020, maybe some background on yourself. I know that we know each other. I feel like we've met. Mm-hmm. We definitely have crossed paths over the years. But however you want to start, whether it's background on yourself or Vision 2020, we definitely, I mean, I assume that people have heard of it, but if not, we're going to educate them today for sure.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
So as he said, I'm Cheryl, mm-hmm. and I actually grew up in Muscatine, mm-hmm. lived here for most of my life. And I've spent 30 plus years. I like to say plus because once you hit 30, you don't care any more after that. So 30 plus years working in nonprofit organizations, actually starting out here in Muscatine at the YWCA.
Wow.
And worked there for about 9 years, went on to Lutheran Services, actually was a player in opening of the medically fragile home here in Muscatine. Mm-hmm. Worked with MWA on that project and Mike Johansson, the county, and the parents and guardians, of course. Mm-hmm. And then went on to work mostly out of Des Moines, Iowa for several years, then to Ottumwa, Iowa. And then I got a call to come back to Muscatine, and thought I was in my retirement job at that point. And I was like, no, yeah. Anyway, ended up back in Muscatine because I was so intrigued by Vision 2020. Mm-hmm. You couldn't find anything about Vision 2020 you couldn't Google it and find anything in Muscatine. So I had to start asking around, asking people. So then I decided I would go ahead, I would interview for it, have some conversations about it. But so several community members that many people know, John Becky, Mike Johansson, Mike Hagerty, Gary Carlson, several others got together and said, you know, we need to work with the nonprofits here because a lot of our world was changing.
Yeah.
And it's harder and harder for nonprofits to be sustainable in our new environment. And so they got together with, it started out with 3 organizations, MCSA, Crossroads, and Senior Resources, and they all agreed, yes, they'd like to look at this. Look at, you know, how could we partner? What can we do differently? And then they got together, they decided they were going to hire a CEO, and that's when they hired me. So
how long have you been back in town then?
So just around 9 months.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and most of that's been during COVID. Which has been interesting. So so 3 months I spent trying to network, get to know people, get to know each of the organizations. What was a plus is I already knew all the organizations. Sure. You know, I knew stuff about the organizations, and I'd worked in the field, so I understood the process. But then COVID hit.
I was going to say, so there's a little bit of time where you can hit the ground running, and then we run into this global pandemic, and everything changes, including how a lot of these organizations function. It's one thing, you know, Cheryl, what you were saying is so true. It's certainly tough for organizations like Crossroads and Senior Resources and MCSA to operate in a non-pandemic, but then you throw in something like this. You certainly have experience working with nonprofits, but had you ever seen anything like this?
No, and I was just recently talking to some people about how those of us in the baby boomer era, we really had it made. You know, we didn't have to deal with a lot of these negative things. We dealt with experiences, but nothing like this, where our parents had to go through a lot, and now our kids are having to go through a lot, making really tough decisions. But in the nonprofit world, I would say what's keeping us alive in many situations is because the government has stepped up, you know, to say, we want you to stay open. We don't want businesses to close during this time. But trying to keep our clients safe during this time has been a challenge.
Sure.
All the organizations I'm working with, MCSA, Crossroads, Senior Resource, has just done a fabulous job. And part of that, we have great leadership in all those organizations.
Yes, you do.
Who understand how to provide the services, who have worked really hard to keep everyone safe, and so it's gone way better than one could expect.
So 9 months, get to town, kind of get your arms around, and I want you to read the vision statement and the mission statement, because I've seen these, but I think it's important.
Okay.
So when you hear Vision 2020 and you talk about it, so go ahead and read those, and then I'll ask the question I was going to ask.
Okay, so Vision 2020 serves as a catalyst to bring human services together to assure mission-driven sustainability. That's the vision statement. Then the mission statement is the mission of Vision 2020 is to provide leadership and resources to assure that human service organizations in the Muscatine area meet the needs.
So talk about meeting the needs and having to adjust quickly. Some of these organizations have experienced a lot of change over the last few years. I think about Crossroads and some of the misinformation that was out there. And when Jim Hayes was still at the helm, he would come on and we'd have conversations, because it was important for me that people understood the truth of the matter. Because the worst thing that can happen is if misinformation gets out.
Sure.
And especially when you're dealing with folks that are relying on Crossroads, whether it's for a job, supported employment, which I love, or the Day Hab program, right? And their families, and they've relied on Crossroads forever. I love that they were able to get Starbucks from us the other day. This post made my day. I know probably everybody at Crossroads at this point. But, some of the challenges that have faced organizations like Crossroads and MCSA and Senior Resources, do you feel like you're stronger for having gone through this? Because you're right, this pandemic is something that people are going to read about in a history book. We're part of a historical time, which is so weird to think about. But do you feel like Vision 2020 has grown stronger because you've weathered this storm? Not that it's over, but you certainly have had to adapt, learn on the fly, make changes, maybe go back on the changes, because something worked one week and then something changed with maybe respects to things getting shut down or restrictions. But how do you feel that's impacted Vision 2020 and those organizations?
So for Vision 2020 and the organizations, I really believe that it has made us stronger. It has helped us figure out how to do things quickly, react quickly. We try to be as proactive as we can as we're doing services, but we learned through the pandemic that proactive was not going to work. We had to react as soon as something happened. And everyone did it with great pride, with great experience. And having people like Megan Francis and Kathy Moore and Scott Dahlke, the team is just a fabulous team. If somebody was struggling with one thing, because we've partnered, because we're working so much closer together, we were able to lean on each other to get help as we went forward. So it's been I think it'll help us.
What do the next few months look like? I mean, a lot of these, organizations rely on, looking at a calendar and saying, okay, here's when we know we can have an event that'll generate X amount of dollars. We kind of saw the evolution of an event happen with the Senior Resources and the large, barbecue cook-off that evolved into kind of a picnic that was downtown that went to a drive-through setting that was successful, which was great. But I wonder, are there things, because like a Crossroads Carnival was unable to happen this summer, and that's a fantastic event that's taken place. I know that, MCSA's had things that they've had to adjust. Certainly, I'm close to the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter, and their annual event was canceled. That's a night that generates $50,000 to $70,000. So, is it about having to find creative ways to appeal to people's generosity, or do you feel like people are already helping? I don't know how to ask that. I mean, it seems like that to me would be the biggest struggle going forward, is how do we continue providing the services that we're able to do every day and making sure that, people we've got money in the bank to keep the lights on in a facility like Crossroads or MCSA or
Sure.
Senior Resources.
Sure. Well, one of the most important parts of the partnership is to work together to be more efficient, more effective, and to be sustainable. So that was already planned before the pandemic, and so adding the pandemic into it, what it has done is, yes, we can't do the fundraisers where you're out in the community. You can't have your big picnic with the clients like you normally would do.
Sure.
But you find different ways to do it, and you find different ways to raise funds. And at this point, I would say the generosity has increased for many of the organizations, and for many people want to help. There is a concern going forward. What happens in a year from now? What does that look like? And I think as long as we're partnering and we're working together and we're doing what's right for the people that need the services, then I think it'll happen. And it's not like you build it and they will come.
Sure.
You have to work hard at it. You have to make sure that people are getting their needs met. And that's as one of the, as our mission statement, it's what are the needs today? Because the needs today are going to be different tomorrow.
Yeah.
And they were different, 25 years ago.
Right.
And as you know, you talked about Crossroads, they went from being a workshop with sub-minimum wage workers to now having a production area. They do so many other programs, supported community living, the day hab. So you change with what the need is of the time. And so in a year from now, I'd like to come back on and we'll talk about what are the needs today.
Sure.
Because they will be different.
I love the supported employment and getting folks out into the community with job opportunities. It's great. I encourage you, if you're watching and you're connected to an organization, a business, you're gaining a fantastic employee and a staff member that will assist them so that they can learn the job, be there, be a reliable, consistent, hardworking person. Certainly, folks that need a little bit more help sometimes are near and dear to my heart, and I just wish I could win the lottery, Cheryl. I'd be the best. I've said this before. I'd be the best lottery winner. Give me the $300 million. I can write a huge check. Guess what? Vision 2020. Everybody's funded. I mean, we would never. But I mean, that's of course the hypothetical scenario.
Yeah.
But for people that are watching, I just hope that they understand, like, whether it's through volunteering or donating. When you talk about organizations like the ones that we've touched on, connected to Vision 2020, it's a big deal, and they are literally changing, saving, impacting lives every day. What was the number? The Meals on Wheels number from Senior Resources. It's unbelievable how many people would go without, these senior citizens, would go without food, without that I can't think about it. So we got to take care of business, get through this pandemic, weather the storm, again, to use that analogy twice, but the needs are still going to be there, right?
Right.
The ways of doing it may have to change, but at the end of the day, we're all getting older. Meals on Wheels program is going to continue. Crossroads is going to need to be there. MCSA certainly is going to have to be there in all the capacities that they are. So I just hope that people understand that, and I think that they do. And to your point, these organizations have solid foundations.
Yes.
And they've been around for a while, and you already said it, they have strong people in place. And that's where I think Vision 2020 is able to kind of pull all of these like-minded people together, plus the board. And my boss, Matt Schweitzer, is saying on Facebook, word on the street is that Matt is your favorite board member.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
I was going to try not to mention Matt while we were here.
Good.
But Matt, yeah, you got to like Matt.
Yeah. Is he over my shoulder?
No, but he was.
Waved to somebody. Did you wave
yeah,
to him? Okay.
It was Matt. And I'm like, why are you doing this to me,
Well, he's
Matt?
kind of like Beetlejuice. If you say his name 3 times, sometimes he appears out of nowhere.
So no, seriously,
yeah.
Matt, he is a great board member. He's been very supportive. There's the executive team, but and Matt's on that as part of that team,
Yeah.
and Darren Williams from HNI, and I already mentioned John Becky,
Yeah.
Different people, but they really have been supportive. They put me in a position, and they want me to, they have a vision
Sure.
of what they want to happen, and they're letting me do it the way because of my experience, the way I see best
Sure.
fit. And truly, Matt has been great.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I'm sure he'll pop in a second. Are there other organizations that Vision 2020 is looking at starting to work with or to bring into the fold? I don't know how the right way to phrase that is.
So MWA,
Yes.
Muscatine Welfare Association, they are actually a part of this too, but they came in before I came, but they came in later after the first three. And so, we're slowly moving forward. For some of the organizations, there might be a full merge. For other ones, I will just consider to consult with, to work with, to find ways we can partner. And then down the road, yes, there's other organizations who have reached out to me already and said, is this a possibility? And that's the idea. We want to find ways to help all the nonprofits in Muscatine be as efficient as they possibly can, efficient and effective. And it's hard for small organizations to have a good finance department, a good HR department, where if you combine us and you work together, you're able to do that.
Well, and that's just it. I mean, there's strength in numbers, right? So if you can gather resources and lean on partners and say, hey, you're able to help not only this organization, but 2 or 3 or 4 more.
Right.
And that in turn is going to impact X amount of hundreds of people potentially.
Right.
The pandemic has certainly shown us that there are more people that have needed help. That's why you see numbers increase with respects to Meals on Wheels, and United Way has spoke to that, and Salvation Army has echoed the same thing. And it's just, it's tough for me to think about people, the amount of people that need help in the place that I live and work. And I mean, you hit the ground 9 months ago and got to work on that. And again, I am an optimistic person, and I know that we're going to continue to meet the need, right?
Yep.
I think about people that are meeting the need that just joined it. Dr. Doug Dawson joined into the feed a little bit ago. He's a great ENT at Unity Point Health. So I think that we've certainly got, and I hope you've seen this, Cheryl, the right people, the right attitude to move forward. And people don't want to think about a future without any of the organizations that we've mentioned being there.
And
could you imagine, not to interrupt, but MCSA alone, what they're able to do, at 312 Iowa Avenue, you can't even think about it. Right? I mean, it's truly incredible the amount of services in that building. That's a big building.
Yes.
But they're almost, I don't want to say they're getting tapped out, but I mean,
No,
they're really resourceful, that's for sure.
They are, and Scott's a great leader there and a great partner. He partners very well with us as part of the Vision 2020. And the partnerships that have happened already, MCSA is taking care of all the maintenance in all of the organizations.
Awesome.
So there's a contract between, but we partner on that. Crossroads has vehicles that lets MCSA use them if they need to. We've just started that. Kathy Moore, who oversees the day hab and the services at Crossroads, is now going to start doing that at Senior Resources too. She has the expertise, she has the background. And of course we have Megan, who's going to work with all the organizations on the marketing services and everything else that she's doing. She's amazing. But when you partner, you can just make things happen that much easier and quicker.
Sure.
And I just look forward to more and more partnerships like that as we move forward.
So in your experience with nonprofits, do you find that it's more the internal, operational side of things that they struggle with more than, because it seems like some organizations can have unbelievable, recognition, marketing, but if, like you said, if they don't have a finance person, because that's the other part of it, right? With a nonprofit, you have to be accountable for the donations that are coming in. So you could be, the best at getting your name out there, but at the end of the day, you need to hold yourself accountable and have the right people in place. But what have you found over the years that, is it a combination of both?
Sure. The reality is most everyone can do good services, and they can find the people to help the people that are in need. But that back office stuff, the finance help, that's where difficulties come in, because they can't afford to pay for a high quality person who understands that. But accountability, 2 of the organizations are Medicaid, funded by Medicaid, and the accountability to the state, to the taxpayers is extremely important to be able to show where your money's going. And the better back office you have, the better you are to tell that story.
Right, and to be able to continue to rely on funds that come in from wherever they're coming from, if you're able to say, hey, listen, we're doing this with what you're able to provide us, and here's what we want to continue to do. Are there any, do you have anything coming down the pike for any of the organizations as far as, I mean, I know it's September, it's going to be winter before we know it, not to say the W word, but are there other, whether it's fundraisers or opportunities for people that are watching? Because I feel like we've got a captive audience, Cheryl, they want to help. Sometimes we just need to tell them
what to do.
Here's where you need the help most.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if that's an easy answer with respects to all the organizations you're able to work with, but what would you say to the person that's watching that's like raising their hand, like, put me in, coach, I'm ready?
Yeah. Well, first I want to say, in all the communities I've worked in, and through Lutheran Services, I worked across the whole state of Iowa, and at Tenco and Atomo, I worked in 10 counties. And coming back to Muscatine, the thing that I was reminded of right away, and that I absolutely love here, is that people do come forward when there's a need. People do. If you say there's a need and we need help, people step up to the plate and they help with that. But I think what's going to be important as we move forward with all the organizations, that we can't forget that. You know, and the best way to contribute to all the organizations is monetarily, because people need to trust that those who are leading those organizations know where the best to put that funding. And sometimes that's hard for people.
Sure.
You know, they want to give specifically to the domestic violence shelter, or specifically to the adult daycare, or specifically to Meals on Wheels, which we accept and we love and we need it. And it'll be used for that if that's how it's contributed. But when it's given to the organization to use for their best need, then we're able to adjust that to fit there.
And the trust has to be there with respects to who is at the helm. And I would feel comfortable, again, should I stumble upon that Mega Millions or Powerball ticket, to know, hey, if I, or any amount, right? If you're watching and it's that person that's like, you know what? I mean, is $25, is $50 a month going to make a difference? Well, it's better than zero.
That's right.
That's what I always say.
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's one of those things, if you think about it and you could do something differently and take money that you were spending on, now listen, I have a Starbucks gift card, I want to be fair, but if you were getting the $3 Starbucks a day times 5 days a week, $15, 15 times 4, I mean, very quickly you could put that money in the pockets of an organization that is serving people every day. And you know, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, like, this year has impacted a lot of things in the Crossroads Carnival, which I mentioned, but I'm like getting bummed at the thought that there's maybe not going to be the Crossroads Christmas party. Cheryl, what's the verdict?
Well,
is it too soon? Can't we do a social distance? And this is kind of like you know, insider trading, but for the last 5 years I've been asked to play music at the Crossroads Christmas party, and it's the best thing I've done, along with like the Optime Halloween party. What do you think?
Well, we actually just made the decision yesterday to not do the Christmas party, and unfortunately,
this pandemic is the worst.
It is breaking everyone's heart.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to it because it would have been my first Christmas party with the individuals and the staff, and unfortunately, for the safety of the clients, and it's for the clients that we do it, we don't. By December, are we going to be? We just don't, and we have to start planning today if we're going to do it. And yesterday, we just made the decision that we're not.
And I know that the big risk is me. So what if I was in like a beekeeper outfit? Then the clients would be safe because they wouldn't have to worry about me, because I would be in, like, I could be the boy in the bubble.
Yeah. What's unfortunate is that if you're doing a party like that, you want it for everyone.
Yes.
And there's still, there's quite a few of the individuals that have not been able to come back into our day hab program or into our adult daycare.
Oh, they're high risk. 100%.
Because they're high risk.
Yeah.
And so if we did the party, we'd only be able to do it with those who are able to social distance well.
And that's not fair.
And that would not be fair. And so it was a hard decision. We are going to look at putting little baskets or something together for each of the individuals so they still get a Christmas gift. Maybe what we could do, this is just off the top of my head, but maybe we could do some kind of a, delivery with Tony Tone.
I mean, listen, I'll happily stop by if I can, or whatever I can do, put a speaker on my van and drive through the parking lot. I don't know. I'm just around the corner from Crossroads. But no, I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, you got to keep people safe, but it's just one of those things that, such a joyous occasion. I mean, you can't, I know you can imagine because you've been close to the organization,
right,
but it is like the best 2 hours of my year. And I know we'll get it back because I am optimistic. As we wrap up, what do you want to leave people with? I mean, obviously you've got great people involved with respects to folks that are on the board. Sounds like there's an executive team. I don't know if you want to shout anybody out. Somebody's calling me right now on my phone. I don't know who that is. Maybe that's a winning lottery ticket right now, everybody. Wouldn't that be great? It's a Muscatine number. Did I drop that $1 million check out of my pocket? But what do you want to close with, Cheryl, this morning?
I will just close with, it is truly a great community to be back in. I started out renting and just now put an offer on a house to actually be a homeowner here again. It's hard to be in the community and not be a part of the community. And so excited to be here and look forward to many, many years ahead. This will be my retirement job.
That's right.
Yeah. So
you thought it was going to be in, where was the last stop?
Ottumwa.
Oh, listen, no offense, Ottumwa. But we stole her. And sometimes good people get stolen. And we're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
It's great.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the house.
Yep.
Good time to buy.
Yes, it is. Yep.
Rates are low. Also a good time to sell because our market, we don't have a lot of available houses, it turns out. People need more info about Vision 2020. They have questions. Are you officed out of one of the facilities in particular? If they were like, I want to talk to that Cheryl Plank because I have that, that desire to give, or how should they reach out? What's the best way?
I can be reached at Crossroads is where my main office is.
Perfect. Okay.
So you can call the Crossroads office. I travel around, so sometimes I'm in Senior Resources. Sometimes I'm at John Eichelberger's office because that's where the MWA stuff is.
Excellent.
And sometimes I'm at MCSA visiting with Scott and his team.
Yeah.
But Crossroads would be the place to best reach me.
Perfect. All right, Crossroads, of course, right on Hauser Street, MCSA on Iowa Avenue, Senior Resources on Mulberry, and I guess I didn't know that Muscatine Welfare is inside.
Well, it doesn't have a spot.
Sure.
So, but it's just that's where
they got room over there.
Yeah.
They just got a new sign. I noticed that the other day. Eichelberger Law, right? On Lake Park Boulevard?
Yep.
Kind of schmancy.
Yeah.
That's who we used with I don't know if they're helping you with that side of the house buying process, but we had a good experience with them. This is turning into a commercial for Eichelberger Law. We're going to send them a bill. It's great to talk to you. Thank you for being here. Keep up the good work. Certainly, all the causes are very worthwhile. If you're watching, I implore you, you could help out with Meals on Wheels at Senior Resources. There's always things to do at MCSA. Always, I promise. Crossroads, for sure, would accept your generosity, your support, and Muscatine Welfare Association as well. And if you start with a conversation with Cheryl or Megan or whomever, it's great. And I'm excited because tomorrow I've got Scott Dahlke here at 8:30. Now this is going to be kind of scary at the same time. Scott Dahlke, Lieutenant Greg Bach with the Salvation Army, and Charla Schaefer.
Oh, wow.
What is going to happen tomorrow? We're all in the same place at the same time. Magic, some would say. So I promise you there's good to be done. There's work to be done. And if you're looking to get connected, talk to Cheryl and have a conversation. Have a good rest of your day. I hope that it stops raining.
I know.
Did you bring an umbrella?
I did.
You're smarter than I
did.
am. I have 4 umbrellas in my garage, Cheryl. I counted 4. And I brought 0. I don't understand. I walked a kid all the way to a door from across the parking lot, and I'm just getting rained on. And then I look at my kid, and he has shorts on because he's 5 and he's stubborn. If you need any 5-year-old volunteers, he's available for 12-hour shifts. Let me know. I will happily send them down the street. But no, I appreciate the time, and have a good rest of your day.
All right,
okay.
thanks for having me.
Cheryl said she's going to stop the rain when she leaves. That's
Yep.
what she told me. All right, we're going to go CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam and look at some breakfast, which always looks good. The person that was calling me left a voicemail, so that's nice. I'll have to check that at a later time, everybody. So breakfast on the screen looks like an omelet, looks like toast, hash browns, a couple of the ketchup packets nestled in the background, which is nice. I'm peering around to see, hey, there's Skip. Look at Skip's here. I was just peeking around to see because we were maybe going to have a walk-in guest from Toyota Muscatine, but if not, that's fine. I mentioned it to TJ yesterday. If they come in, they come in. If not, we're fine. They were going to bring me that 2021 Sienna with a vacuum inside of it, I think. That's what TJ said. They were going to bring that for me. No, just kidding. All right. Let's see. Cheryl, Megan said to tell you that she's waiting for coffee. And then it says, love your staff. Yeah. So I don't know if Megan has called in an order for you to take back, but that would be very nice of Megan if she did. So not to put you on the spot, Megan, but you made the comment. I just read it. I'm like Ron Burgundy. You put it on the screen, I'm going to read it. That's what I do. All right, so it just coming down. Brad, give him the sad cam, will you? Let's go. We've got the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam, and we've got the CBI Bank and Trust sad cam out. So look at that. It's so sad. Oh, man, it's just rain. Give me a parking, give me some concrete in there. Pan down a little. Show the people. Come on. We got wet concrete out there. Mm-hmm. You know, for a long time, we were always trying to catch a bird in action. All the birds are hiding. Ain't got no birds out there today. Look at that. Oh, now it looks even grayer. What do we put on the sad filter? Oh, man. Welcome to foggy London. Look at that. I got to go mail something. I'm going to melt, all right? I'm going to melt. I'll stop the world. I'll melt with you. You know what? I feel like I'm just going to eat my feelings. Thank goodness today is National TV Dinner Day, because this hungry man is all... This looks like so... I haven't had a TV dinner in a while. Not that I'm better than a TV dinner, but look at that right there, baby. Oh, man. Get my TV tray. I'm in. We had the best TV trays growing up back in the day. Those things folded up. Oh, we were living high on the horse in Elmwood Park, Illinois. I don't think they made the move to Oak Park when we moved. But look at that hungry man. We're talking about 16 grams of protein. Sliced turkey. Apple cranberry compote. Crisp vegetables. And the best part is it looks exactly like the picture. Doesn't it? This is heavy, by the way. So, they're in bowls? Oh, they're fancy. This is National TV Dinner Day. So I've got the Hungry Man. I've been called worse, by the way. We've also got this is a Hillary's Organic Hemp and Green Veggie Burger. They're on the hemp. Look at that. Plant-based, gluten-free, soy-free. So this we're talking about two different customers right here. We're talking about, but we've got options for everybody, and that's what we like showing you. National TV Dinner Day. We've got a little banquet action right here. I was shopping an online order the other day. I find that hard to believe. And this was on the order. So that's good to see. A little chicken strip meal, right? Here is a Marie Callender chicken burrito bowl. Ooh, yeah. Tender chicken breast with rice, black beans, and bell peppers in a chili sauce, topped with mozzarella cheese. Ooh, that is good on a cold, rainy day, right? That will stick to your ribs. That's very nice. And then this is... if you thought single meat, I'm sorry. Double meat. I'm biting my tongue. I have so many comments, but I'm just not going to say them. I'm just going to internalize all my commentary right now. Here's the Hungry Man double meat bowls. It's 2 slices of meatloaf. It's cheddar grits. It's red peppers. It's onion. And it's not a regular gravy. Oh, no, no. It's bourbon gravy. Whoo! It's so hearty. Pan up a little, Brad. It's so hearty. You need a knife. It is. This is what I'm talking about. Yes. I feel like if I ate this, I would just be ready. I could, you know what I mean? I could run a marathon. Go cut down a tree or something manly. Not that this is just for fellas. Hungry man. I mean, I feel like is there a hungry woman line? Because we're trying to appeal to everybody. Why's it got to just be hungry man? Wow. So it is National TV Dinner Day. That's today, September 10th. If you don't believe me, you can research it on the internet yourself. Today is also National School Picture Day. You ever, you get your, nowadays they try and sell you the kids' school pictures. And what a lot of parents will do, sometimes you get the picture proof and you're like, let me take a picture of that proof with my camera phone and then I'm going to post that. And then you don't buy, no offense to the Life Touch company, you're marvelous. But we always seem to forget when it's picture day with our kids because undoubtedly, if it was a collared shirt, there's like a button undone, or like half the collar's up, and then they're like looking in the wrong way. So, but I do remember when we were doing senior pictures. So where I went to high school, it wasn't commonplace like y'all out here. Everybody gets like the photographer and they go we do some poses and we're at the riverfront and we're leaning on our car, which for me would have been a 1985 Buick Riviera. For us, it was just it was in the summer. It was before senior year high school started. I looked like a weatherman. I had a suit, coat, shirt, and tie, and then I had shorts on. And we went into my high school, and you got your senior picture taken. That was it. We didn't do the thing. I didn't even know that was a thing until I got to St. Ambrose, and my friends freshman year had their friends' senior pictures, and I was like, what is that? And they're like, what do you mean? That's the senior pictures. And I was like, you're posing with a football helmet and a baseball bat. I'm like, yeah, that's what you do. And I'm like, no, we didn't do that. So that was a foreign thing to me. But certainly a viable business if you think about all the photographers that we have in this town that do. And they look great. Listen, these senior pictures, I think about whether it's, folks like Sarah Seiler or Mississippi Pearl Photography, Michael Crumley, they do really cool shots, they look really good. But man, I'm here to tell you that wasn't the case back in the day. And speak of the devil, here he is. The favorite board member. This is a case of vodka right here, sir.
Check this out.
All right. Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer bringing in a case of Svedka.
Hey,
yes.
Did Chad tell you work in the tent today?
He did, and I definitely. Well, we have Hy-Vee umbrellas, right? So this Svedka deal is fantastic. Did you carry this across the store?
Well, I'm unloading the tent.
Okay. Oh, the stinking rain. So,
using this paper?
I wasn't. It's fine. I got the little wobble table too, so this will even it out if anything. So, if people want to buy some Svedka, they got to buy it by the case because it's a great deal, right?
$18.99
for all of this.
For one bottle.
Ooh, that's awesome.
With a 5-cent fuel saver.
Woo!
Huge deal. Deals are everywhere. Check this out. So normally we'd be out in the tent, right?
Right.
Shouting about this, but it's cold and wet. And I didn't want to go. So we're going to use this roof of ours and nice sell stuff inside. Oh, that's a much better version.
So the Svedka deal is fantastic. Great workout, by the way, carrying a case of Svedka across the store. I also love the Platinum deal, the Captain Morgan, the Fireball, the Cast and Barrel. The savings are really good for a couple of days. And is the intent, if the weather gets better, to go outside? I mean, it is nice to have a roof to stay inside.
It is the intent, but it's not looking good.
Nah.
I mean, I'm no meteorologist, but it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. So probably an indoor event this week. Yeah.
And it's just literally been raining since Sunday, which is kind of depressing. But these deals will certainly warm you up if you're watching. I mean, Svedka vodka is fantastic, and it's never this cheap, and the fuel saver. So essentially, your vehicle could be vodka powered if you looked at it that way, right?
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you use that? I mean, it's perfect.
The platinum deal, these are $5. I mean, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy when you think about it. A bottle of vodka, and it's good vodka, right? You buy 4 of those, and they're $5 each. So that's really exciting. And they're all right at Wine and Spirits. There's parking right over there, so you're not going to get rained on too much, which is nice. That's awesome. All right. Well, what do you think about National TV Dinner Day? Would you be a double meat bowl kind of guy, Matt? Would this be up your alley?
I think if I was at home watching TV, I could be that guy.
You have to be excited like I am. NFL football back tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Hy-Vee, a corporate sponsor of Kansas City Chiefs, Super Bowl champs. Not that you're a Chiefs fan, you're a Steelers fan. But still, just to have football back, you could sit back in your easy chair with a double meat hungry man and watch football. Is there anything more American than that? You have the baby bald eagle that you're raising. I mean, that's a good deal.
That's absolutely a good deal. I forgot about the Eagle. Hey, here's the deal, though. The Chiefs are my second favorite team.
Nice.
Hy-Vee team right there. So go Chiefs tonight, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then the Steelers are going to win on Monday. I don't know if you heard that yet.
Oh, they play on Monday.
Yes.
That's good.
Absolutely. Okay. They are going to defeat New York very easily. And I will be on my couch eating a TV dinner for that game.
I was going to say, I don't know if the Bears play the Steelers this year, but I would bet you a double meat bowl on the outcome.
The Bears never actually play anybody, actually. So
what if the Super Bowl is the Bears versus the Steelers?
I gotta go.
Okay. Listen, the Bears are not going to be terrible. I don't know if they're going to be good or not. Okay. My thing is, like, I grew up in the Chicago suburbs, watched the Bears, and they were in the Super Bowl in 2008, right? Not that long ago, not that far removed. They were there. They won it in 85. But every year for the last, 5 years, the season starts, and you're like, the Bears. And by, week 5, you're like, yeah, go Bears. And my wife's a Packers fan, so that makes it almost harder because she's a Packers fan. That's like the second question you should ask your significant other before you get married. Which NFL team do you support? And if they say a team opposite of yours, run for your life. I'm kidding. It's fine. 2 times a year, it gets a little awkward in the house. 2 times a year, sleep on the couch. That's fine, right? All right. Is it Elaine on Facebook says, I love the way you say hungry man. Elaine, listen. You're looking at a hungry man. When they were there, I don't want to listen. The announcement I have tomorrow is that I'm the new spokesperson for Hungry Man. We're spoiling the announcement. I'm happy to report I've signed an endorsement deal because I am the Hungry Man. It's Angus meatloaf. It's double the meat. What about triple meat? That would be crazy. Oh, my goodness. What if they put a 3rd piece of meatloaf in here? It's called the Goodnight Man because you eat it and you fall into a deep sleep. The hibernation meal, right? Before you retire for a hibernation, have a Hungry Man triple meat. And then you get the triple meat sweats. I don't know if, listen, not to talk about food the entire time, but we've all maybe been there where you've eaten so much that you're just like, I have to make a change in my life. Or you just get the sweat under the eye. You're like, what is that? I'm sweating buffalo sauce. Oh, it's delicious. Or it's tears. It's tears of gravy. It's just gravy tears streaming down your face. Luann says, go Pack on Facebook. I quit. Luann, how dare you? I'm kidding. Support whoever you want. It's a free country, right? It's a free country. Support whomever you like, except the Packers. Okay, so the truckload wine and spirits deal is inside the store. Now Marcy is saying, go Pack, go. I'm surrounded by traitors, is what's happening. Well, this may be our last show because I can't handle the amount of Packers fans. I'm kidding. So the truckload liquor sale not happening outside because it's raining harder now, apparently, than it was a couple minutes ago. But as Matt brought on, a great deal on things like Vodka vodka. It says a lot of glass. And then we've got great deals on Blue Moon. I saw you standing alone without a tear in my heart, without a love of my own. Blue Moon. I still have to do the Toyota Muscatine. What's in the box? I know. Is it vodka? These are heavy bottles, by the way, Brad. These giant glass bottles make me a little nervous, because what if one happened to open and then we had accidentally a bottle broke and it formed a delicious vodka tonic? So good deals. Chad, we can go back to that ad, and I'll just kind of walk you through this. Thank you, Brad. So the Platinum Vodka, I want to mention those too. Yeah, let's put them down here. That's perfect. So the Platinum Vodka is awesome. The Vodka vodka, we showed you that. The Captain Morgan is great. These are extra. These scratch and sniff bottle? How do you find this stuff? Michelob Ultra, Bud Light Seltzer, Barton's Vodka. So if you saw this on the back page of the newspaper, maybe got it in the mail yesterday like I did at the house, good deals. Inside the store is where you're going to find those savings, okay? Inside the store, not in the tent because of the weather. So just keep that in mind. The prices are still valid. Chris is telling me this bottle of Bacardi has scratch and sniff. Brand new. It's Bacardi Coquito. It's a coconut cream liqueur. New from Bacardi Coquito. And on the back, down here, not sure what Coquita tastes like. You can scratch and smell it. Because that's what we want people to be doing during a pandemic, is scratching and smelling bottles of booze. What? I'm doing it. Scratch. Ooh. Scratch. This bottle's been previously scratched. Yeah, it smells like coconut. So this is Bacardi Coquito. It's a limited edition. It's a Puerto Rican rum, and it is $19.99. And you can literally scratch and smell it. That's nice. And then we have also brand new from Old Forester is, what is it called? It's called Old Forester. It's original batch, and it is $44.99. Wowzers. Nice. Old Forester. 1870 Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. 45% alcohol. Woo-wee. Enjoy this in moderation, won't you? Kind of a fun-looking bottle, right? Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that before. That's fun. All right, so check that out. That is $44.99. You got somebody with a special occasion coming up. Don't miss that one. All right, let me bring up it's very light. The Toyota Muscatine. What's in the box? It's very light. Let me put my Starbucks over there and these little witches right there. All right, Toyota Muscatine, what's in the box? Custom paint job. Tomorrow will be interesting because there's so many people at 8:30. We could get probably not good during a pandemic either. I was going to say we could have Lieutenant Bach put a hand in and Charlo put a hand in, and then there's a timer up here that Scott Dahlke could set. Toyota Muscatine, what's in the box? This is a severed foot. Yeah, thank you. Is this for sale or is this just a decoration? I think it's just a decoration. Oh, that's good. Boy, I never thought I'd say that. This is a severed foot. I saw it in the aisle the other day, and it's Halloween, right? Kind of a veiny foot too. I'm gonna have to go to the podiatrist. I don't know. That's a big old foot vein right there. How's it? They don't need a pedicure. They're in good shape. This person had a pedicure before, they got into that whatever happened to that's a plastic severed foot. You never know what's going to be in the Toyota Muscatine. What's in the box? Sponsored by Toyota Muscatine on Highway 38 in Muscatine, where with every new car or truck or van purchase, you get a plastic severed foot. Right? Wouldn't that be a fun air freshener? Dangle that from the mirror? Probably not. It's Halloween. It's a decoration. It's fine. It's fine. Don't get offended. All right. Jeff Storm says, what's the Packers? Are they a hockey team or something? I love it. So Adam Riniger says, don't worry, Jason Miller with Muscatine Special Olympics is a Packers fan. I don't understand. But that's a good point, Adam. And I want to mention, Chad, I'm going to airdrop you. Yesterday, the Muscatine County Sheriff's Office presented a check to Special Olympics for $9,000, and I have it right here. Let me send this over really quick. So, obviously, we talked about Special Olympics and the fact that the pandemic has, impacted their business, their operation significantly. And thank goodness the Muscatine County supervisors agreed to provide some funding to keep that program going, because Special Olympics is, I love Special Olympics. I don't know what else to say, but look at this. During a pandemic, $9,000 yesterday presented on behalf of the Muscatine County Sheriff's Office. You can see Sheriff C.J. Ryan. Is it Corporal Willie Lesa? Willie's title has changed, so he's either a captain or a corporal. I apologize. Willie's a great guy. The one and only Dick Vetter. And then I can see Captain Quinn Reese, my friend and neighbor. I'm not sure who's next to Quinn. It's tough with the masks. I know Jason Miller because he's got that gaiter on that's barely covering his beard, right? You can just tell that beard's like, let me out. But $9,000 is outstanding during a pandemic. Most of the Special Olympics events this year have been canceled. And these athletes are, all they want to do is participate in their favorite sport or activity. And to have that check, that's unbelievable to me during a pandemic when times are tough, to have a group come together. And they've done it for years, right? I mean, the Sheriff's Office, no strangers to helping out Special Olympics, whether it's Cop on a Roof or the annual, the torch run, the ride that they do. But $9,000 is great. So well done by everybody involved. And as I always say, if you want to get, you can, hey, listen, here's what you can do to contribute to Special Olympics. Check out this segue. Bring your classic car or motorcycle next Saturday, the 19th, to the store in the parking lot for the car show and bike show. Your $20 entry fee goes to Special Olympics. Maybe you're feeling generous and you have $50 you want to kick in. They would accept it. Right? So this is coming up, the first annual Helpful Smile Car Show, $20 entry fee. Bring your classic cars, street rod, sports car, trucks, or motorcycles. Proceeds go to Special Olympics and Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Muscatine County. You think about that organization. They were going to do Over the Edge this year. Would generate thousands of dollars for them. Unable to have that event because of the pandemic. So please consider coming out to the first annual Helpful Smile Car and Bike Show. Live music from Lefty and the Spinners. Grilling and food available in the parking lot. I don't know if a Toyota Sienna van will win Best in Show. Maybe People's Choice. Are those Cheetos under the seat? Not only are they Cheetos, but they're 2 years old. Give them the medal. Maybe the People's Choice Prize is a shop vac. Right? Did some kid draw on that seat? They did. They indeed did. My wife says, put the microphone down so it's not blocking your face. But I have this weird bald spot from wearing a mask that I'm trying to cover. All right? I shaved the stupid goatee, and then it grew back, and I've got this sad little spot from the face masks. This pandemic has cost me a bald spot on my goatee, guys. Maybe this is just, it's just telling me I just should have a mustache. My goatee's like, just go with the stash, bro. Just stash it up. I'm in, right? Not opposed. How about some fun energy drinks? These are, we must have them, right? These novelty ones don't last long, though. So we had the Bob Ross ones for like a minute. We had a Rick and Morty one. We had a Duff Beer one. Now you can have a Flaming Moe. And Mo Sizlak from The Simpsons, right? You can have a Flaming Moe. You can have a Dragon Ball Z Spirit Bomb. And then a little less, energy. The Bubbler. I like the Bubbler. The bubbler is good and has a lot less carbs than these two. But again, life's short. Have a flaming mo, won't you? Are these located near the registers up front? Yeah? Okay. Excellent. Good choice, fellas. I like the bubbler. I'm in. I'm in on the bubbler. I've had those before several times. Okay. Let's see. Let me kind of go in order on my sheet here. So did I tell you it's National Swap Ideas Day as well? So you're going to swap some ideas with somebody. Today's the day to do it. That's for sure. Okay. So we talked about the liquor truckload sale coming back inside the store. On that same ad on the back page of the paper at the top, there's some items where we're comparing the prices. Thank you, sir. We're comparing the prices with Schmerway. So newspaper, you get it in the mail, you flip it over. Here's what you're going to see at the top. So I can see some Hy-Vee cottage cheese up there. Compare our prices to the competitor. Hy-Vee shredded cheese. Hy-Vee salad dressing. You've got That Smart Sugar. Capri Sun, some Clorox bleach, Red Delicious apples. How about Bud 24 packs? And you can see all the other items where compare and save right here. So that's good. Inside the paper, you'll find the Hy-Vee ad, which I have right here in my hand. The front page has your hot deals. The back page talking about a buy this, get that for free. So here's the front page hot deals. The Golden Plump fresh chicken leg quarters. That's the name. Golden Plump. 39 cents a pound. So you're talking about a 10-pound package of gold and plump chicken leg quarters for just $3.90. That's a hot deal. You've got Hy-Vee Angus Reserve Boneless Beef New York Strip Steaks for $5.98 a pound. I love me some blueberries. You know that. If you watch the show, I'm a blueberry fan. Driscoll blueberries or raspberries, $1.88 is an awesome deal. I'm going to answer a couple of those questions on Facebook in just a second. Hang with me. Nabisco cookies and Belvita in the mix on there. Breyer's ice cream at a great price. Again, 80-degree weather next week. Get some Breyer's ice cream. Frito-Lay or Rolled Gold. And then you've got a good deal on Coca-Cola products on the front page. Okay, on Facebook, Lynn Kelly, hello Lynn, our friend, says, will Matt have his blue truck at the car show? I'm assuming he will. Yes. He has like a Chevy, it's like a two-door 50-something, maybe late 40s or mid to early 50. I'm not a car person, I don't know, but I know that he's restored it and it looks really cool. It's either blue or purple. Again, I don't know. I would like to see a DeLorean there. I know that there's somebody in Illinois City, and I wish I could remember oddly enough, I met the lady when I was DJing at Sunnybrook one night. I met a lady there whose husband, as she described it, one day just brought home a DeLorean, which is like a thing that I would totally do. Like, what's that DeLorean doing in the garage? I don't know. You don't know? No, I don't know. Listen, if you have an opportunity to buy a DeLorean, you're going to buy a DeLorean every time, right? So anyways, if you know that person in Illinois City that I'm talking about, please invite them to the car show. And then my wife commented, no mustache. I know I can grow a good one. And if the bald spots stay, maybe it'll go away. If we can get this damn pandemic to end, I could not have to wear a mask, and then I'd get rid of... Anyways, let's move on. The September donut of the month, right? September donut of the month at the bakery is a good one. It is literally a donut with apple pie filling on top of it. It doesn't get better than that. It does not. You will absolutely love that donut. It is the taste of fall, everybody, and it's ready to go in the bakery, which is, of course, at the back of the store. You know where the bakery is. It's the caramel apple cobbler, and it's ready to go at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. The salad bar outside has been transformed with some chips, with some dip, and that's going to be your spot to get your Hawkeye and Cyclone apparel. So we've got a Hawkeye hat. There's shirts out there. Maybe tomorrow we'll show you a couple shirts, which is cool. We've also got your reusable Hawkeye mask right here. One size fits most. What if you have a chubby face? What if I'm a hungry man? Will it cover my hungry man face? There you go. So even though there's no Hawkeye football, you can still support your Hawkeyes and purchase apparel, hats, shirts. We've got them right here at the store, and we'll be happy to show you more of those tomorrow on the program. Behind me on the bar, got a couple more deals that are in that truckload liquor sale, but also there's a pumpkin on the bar, which is cool. There's a I Put a Spell on You, right? That looks fun. There's some floral ideas, some little gnomes just sitting on the bar. Those are awesome. Pick Your Poison. That's super cool. Even got some Halloween balloons back there. Some candy containers. Seems like I saw on the City of Muscatine Facebook page, City Council will be talking about what Halloween looks like tonight. They have a meeting tonight, don't they? So you can live stream the City Council meeting and see what's going to happen with respects to Halloween tonight. So that's going on. Is it going to get canceled? I don't know. What are we going to be able to do? They'll have that conversation this evening. I know I'll probably try and watch it, so check that out. All right, let's see. What else do I want to mention? We got the ad, we got the hot deals, the flu shot. So, right, yeah, if you're thinking about it, we have it. Flu shot available in the store. Walk-ins welcome. You can also get the flu shot in your car if you want to. Hi, buddy. If you don't want to get out of your vehicle, we'll be doing drive-through flu shots today because it's Thursday from 3 till 7 p.m. here at the store. Brand new for this year is a drive-through flu shot, right? I like it. So walk in anytime the pharmacy's open, get the flu shot. Anytime, day or night, when they're open, they'll give you the flu shot. Got a pharmacist on staff all the time. Or get it in your car, and they'll get you taken care of. I'll mention the shingles shot, and then we'll mention Isles Online. So the shingles shot, if you're 50 years of age or older, they have a vaccine to prevent shingles. It's called the Shingrix vaccine. We're calling it the shingles shot, right? So you can get the shingles shot here at the store. No appointment necessary if you're 50 years of age or older. The shingles shot is for you, okay? And then because it's raining, is it going to stop? I mean, you get to the point where you're like, is it ever going to stop raining? And then there'll be the person that says, well, at least it's not snow. And you're like, yeah, duh. I know it's not snow. It would be terrible if this was all snow. We'd be buried in our homes. But listen, Isles Online, save time, shop online. If you don't want to deal with all that rain, you can pull up to the store. We'll load your groceries in your vehicle for you. You don't even have to get out. Or you can always have your groceries delivered with Hy-Vee Isles Online. Could not be easier to shop on your phone with the Isles Online app or at HyVee.com/grocery. So what I don't think is available with Isles Online is a plastic severed foot. I don't think we have that available. So that's Isles Online app or HyVee.com/grocery. Hello? Yes. Wasn't for me. It's a missed call. All right. Speaking of football tonight, right? So no more. I'm like Carrot Top. No more prop jokes, right? I was gonna say something about Toe Jam, but I'll just stop while I'm ahead. All right. Okay. So thank you for watching the show today. I appreciate it. Thanks to Cheryl Plank, who is here with Vision 2020, talking about how they're able to work together with respects to organizations like MCSA and Crossroads, Senior Resources, and the Muscatine Welfare Association. Super cool to talk to Cheryl. Long time coming, and happy to have her on the show. I just dropped a Hawkeye hat. I'm just all thumbs. I'm dropping everything. All right, so tomorrow on the show, we will share some news that I have for you, and I just can't decide if I'm going to lead with that. I don't think I want to lead with that. We'll probably put that after our guests, because we have a lot of good guests tomorrow at once. We're going to have an abundance of people at 8:30 coming out of the gate, guns blazing. Lieutenant Greg Bach with the Salvation Army, Scott Dahlke with MCSA, and the one and only Charla Schaefer with the Community Foundation. So we'll talk to all three of them at once. I won't have to ask a lot of questions because they all have a lot to say, which will be very nice. Probably the easiest conversation. And I look forward to chatting with them about all the good things that they have going on. And then we'll share some news with you tomorrow on the program right here. Okay, so I think we're good. I mentioned everything, right? We got all that taken care of. Don't forget, today is National TV Dinner Day. So if you needed an excuse to have a hungry man double meat, you don't need an excuse. It's right here. Go get one. National TV Dinner Day. You can put it in the microwave. You can put it in the oven. It's good to go because it's got double the meat on National TV Dinner Day. All right. Thank you to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine. So, I mean, you could do some. This is solid. Wowzers. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and thanks to Lutheran Living Senior Campus. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday at 8:30 a.m. if you watch this show live, and I hope you do. If not, thanks for tuning in on Muscatine Power and Water Cable. Stay tuned for open house listings, right? Are you selling a home? Would you like to sell a home? This is a seller's market, right? The fine folks at RE/MAX could help you. They sold my house, and they're good at their job. So consider reaching out to them. All right. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thanks for watching HyVee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to HyVee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, HyVeeToday@gmail.com.